Hello and welcome to Flippin Through, the internet's number one Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we are flipping through Mad Magazine number, where is it? 442, Boss 442, released June 2004. Cover price $3.50, which is indeed cheap. But before we do that, please let me remind you, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. That's the best way that you, yes, you there, can support this channel. And I sure do appreciate it a whole heck of a lot. If you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flipping through. Link is just right down below. You can do that. What do you get out of it? You get a sick set of stickers. You get, oh, here it is. Jesus. You get stickers, you get stencils, you get buttons, you get all sorts of goodies. You just give me your money. I think that's a fair deal. Anyway, these are the people that I get to thank in the start of every episode. Oh, drat, it's not ready. Here we go. Jacqueline Gosling, Reflection of Perfection, Frank Snyder, Misimo, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Shane Buckley, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for the support. I hope I can keep on earning it. With that, let's go back to the above. Where am I? The reason that you guys are here, my beautiful face. This is actually a request issue. I don't know if you guys know that, but if you leave a comment down below and ask me to do a specific issue, I'll do it. The next time I'm in that set of numbers, like the person that dropped this request, they said, "Hey, bro, do 442." And I was like, 442 is next. Absolutely, I can do that. So I really appreciate that. Maybe I'll give him a shout out, considering they left a comment, which is awesome. And it was Yoni Baloney. Yoni Baloney, thank you so much for leaving a comment. Much appreciated. This is unfortunately the Dark Ages. So you picked a horrible issue for me to review. Uh, Here we have Shrek. Shrek is, um, how would you describe Shrek? I would describe him as a three-dimensional television movie character who became a meme, but is also, and a lot of the meme stuff is ironic, but it's also, there's a lot of unironic appreciation for this film and its spin-offs, which there have been some spin-offs, some Puss in Boots spin-offs, maybe other ones. Anyway, there you go, Shrek, the first Shrek, yak. Um, oh yeah, that's right. This is what makes it the Dark Ages. Things like this. Um, Zaps it. Zit happens because it sounds like the shit word. Shit happens. Here we have an okay table of contents. Lots of good stuff on there. A lot of things that we are going to get into. Some things we're going to pretend don't exist, or I might become upset about. Here we have the letters department, and I didn't see this when I first looked at this. So we're gonna do this. The Make a Dumb Wish Foundation. When I was born, oh, I should say, for those of you who are uninitiated of this time period in Mad Magazine, you can make a dumb wish to them, and they might print it and reply to it, and they'll try to make it happen. When I was born, I was given my dad's last name, which is Blonde. For the longest time, I absent-mindedly thought that Blonde isn't that weird of a name. Sounds a bit like Bond, which I guess is kind of cool. Then one day it suddenly dawned on me. What were my ancestors thinking? Blonde is a seriously strange last name. My dad thinks not and says I should be proud of my name. Can't seem to prove this insane man wrong about how the name is strange. So I've decided to turn to the experts of everything and request that the Make a Dumb Wish Foundation to make fun of my last name and prove my dad wrong about holding some form of pride in such a name. Oh, by the way, I have brown hair. Nick Blonde, Garberville, California. Blondie. This is the type of dumb wish we love. Of course, your dad is wrong. Your name is very strange and remarkably stupid. You should not only change it, but Sever all ties with your family. Your last name says a lot about your personality, so choose wisely. Here are a few suggestions for your name change. If you want to settle down with a borderline retarded sex pod, maybe we suggest Lackey as your surname. If you're drunk driving, wind-blown wackadoo, then try Nolte, or try Nolte on for size. And finally, if you think of yourself more as an unemployed mad editor, type Meglin could be your moniker of choice. Let us know which one you go with, if it pleases your pappy. There you go. It's a fun premise for a letters department. That's all I'm saying. Um, and then we're just going to move on from that because I don't like the pictures of children. Funndalini Pages. This is where the Funndalini Pages was invented. And yes, it was a dark time, even in the Funndalini Pages. Why, you ask? Well, it was a dark time in the Funndalini Pages because they didn't credit any of the artists or writers. They did eventually, like right there, Friends of Funndalini. So you don't really know who did your favorite stuff in the Funndalini Pages. Um, you don't know who did it at the time. So that's kind of a bummer. Just seems like something that they should do. Now, boy, they sure do go after the Asians in this issue. William Hung's glorious music career, a look ahead. Um, if you weren't alive in the mid 2000s, or is it early 2000s? Mid 2000s. There was this thing called American Idol. And I think it was maybe early 2000s as well. Now, the premise of American Idol is they would travel to major metropolitan areas and people would try out. They would just have auditions. And you might be put in front of the celebrity um, reviewers, I don't know, judges, and you would sing and they'd tell you if you're shit or not. Now, there's a part of it where they would, I don't want to say they would take advantage of mentally impaired people, but it seems like that's what they were doing. Um, they would just take people who were like um, totally out of touch with reality, who thought they could sing genuinely and do a horrible job, and then the guest judge or the judges would ridicule them and like act embarrassed on their behalf, and then shuffle them off. And then there were people like William Hung, who is like, I think, special needs, and they would celebrate him, and then he became like this weird. He wasn't weird. It was weird because like people were kind of supportive, but also laughing at him. So it's hard to tell what was going on. And I don't know. The whole thing made me kind of uncomfortable. Um, So William Hung's glorious music career, a look ahead. On the anniversary of Princess Diana's death, releases Elton John style She Bangs tragedy tribute entitled She Dead. Millions are sold. Oh, that's right. He sung Ricky Martin She Bang. And so it ends up, what does it say? February 2007, broke, destitute, a musical embarrassment, and a national laughingstock, Hung still had the longest career of any American Idol contestant. Me bang for food. That's what it's me bang for food. And then in March 2007, marries Liza Minnelli. So everything's looking up for him. Uh, I'm going to just talk about one other thing on this page, and that's Melvin and Jenkins. You guys know Kevin Pope and Desmond Devlin. One of the greatest franchises ever created in Mad Magazine. Jenkins goes over to his grandparents' home to clear their front walkway of snow for them. Melvin averts his eyes as he walks past the grotesque face of his grandfather, still lying where he fell, gripping a shovel and sealed beneath a solid sheet of ice. They used to do whole, like, 3-page things of Melvin and Jenkins, and it was so much fun. Um, we'll just keep moving on. As you can see, I'm not doing the tally for the ads, um, mostly because I forgot up until this moment. Look, I got to do the Godfrey report. You guys know I love that. Godfrey report is done. Like nobody's credited on this. This is like editorial does this. In LASIK surgery 5 minutes ago, monocles out, glass eyes. I disagree. In watermelon rinds, 5 minutes ago, banana peels. Out, corn cobs. In deer ticks, 5 minutes ago, tapeworms. Out, head lice. Totally out. Ugh. And then we have, look at you guys. I know some of the people who watch this love wacky packages, and this is like a reboot from Tops, and it came with this. And look at, I'm such a disciplined young boy. I didn't even take these stickers out because I knew don't ever do that. Just like you should never do the fold in, right? So yeah, here you could get the wacky packages, and there's a few more of these stickers later on. Still in good shape, man. That's nice vinyl, quality vinyl that they used. Oh my God. Here we have some beautiful Tom Richmond artwork on one of the most annoying television shows in history. It's um it's awful. The OC. Who wrote this? Is this Desmond Devlin writing this? Yeah. No, Dennis Snee. They do this, which I think is very funny. This dude was such a wooden actor. Um, Go back to Chino. Man, this is a huge, tough decision. On the plus side, it'll give me some of my trademark on camera close up time, in which first I'll emote my patented look of brooding detachment, and now I'll emote my patented look of detached brooding. Phew, I'm exhausted. It was like he was terrible. Everything about it was terrible. Here we go. Coming at the Chinaman again. That's not what I'm supposed to say. Coming at the Chinese immigrants again. Yao Ming's Chinese English phrase book. So this is real. This is real words. This is real stuff. It doesn't make any sense though. Let me see if this works. I pulled up my Google Translate. So here, look at. If I do this, we can find out that it means, ooh, calm miasma. Oh, wait. The world, it changes. I don't know how good this is. Miasma, wind, ice and snow, small icy, thunder, little rain, raindrops, falling rocks. That's kind of neat. They're actually, it's not what it says really. This wasn't an accurate um, phrase book. Um, it says stuff like, "I'm sorry, my genital region is blocking your view," or Kobe is no more a rapist than the Chinese government is a brutal, repressive totalitarian. Uh-oh, my bad. Can you recommend a good proctologist? Vern Troyer has been lodged in my rectum ever since I sat on him during that Apple commercial. I don't know, man. It's not good. I guess, like, I mean, the illustration's really weird, too. Uh, I don't know. I think I hate it. Sorry, guys. Oh, look at that. City of Heroes. Oh, wait, I remember this. Oh, I remember this game. This game was kind of sick. Anyway, and here we have it. This is the first hint that this issue sucks. Actually, the first hint is that it's in the 400s. The second hint is this, and I'm tilting it so you don't get a bad glare. So you can't blame it on the poor lighting that I have that creates all these glares. These are the awful, awful things. So they take a photograph and add a caption to it. And if you look at these, don't adjust your screen. Look at my hand. Look how crisp and sharp that image is. Now look at the images of any of these Shreks. It's like they took a picture of a CRT TV and then took a picture of that and then put it into the magazine. It's so bad. Look at, you can almost see some of the lines from it, like the refresh lines. It's unbelievable. And I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read any of these captions because you know these captions are all garbage. But thank goodness for this palette cleanser. Sergio Aragones presents a mad look at braces. And this one is actually really, really good. All of these are very funny. I mean, it's just showing like the, manipulation of the big dental on children and families, getting them to do braces. I got braces. I wish my parents would have saved. Well, except I did have like some teeth that were way up there. I'm glad they did some work, but otherwise, they should have saved a lot of money, and just not done it. but these are so good. And you get this one. Oh, I turned the page already. This one's my favorite, with the kid getting mocked for his messed up teeth, getting mocked for his braces, gets him off, sees the kid, flips him off. I love that. That little illustration of the middle finger is just so great. It warms my heart. It warms my heart to see that. See little kids flipping the bird. Um, and we have this. I don't know. Is it annoying, my aversion to reading? This is our letter on behalf of Martha Stewart. Now, if you recall, Martha Stewart is a felon because she did insider trading or something. Honestly, it was not a lot of money, and a lot of politicians do a lot worse. I think that this was a little bit much for her to be prosecuted for this. And I am not a Martha apologist, okay? This is not like, all right, we're not talking about Dave Berg here, okay? Dear Judge Cedarbaum, we live in an unfortunate society where an aggressive, successful businessman is celebrated. Well, an aggressive, successful businesswoman is merely labeled a bitch. Martha Stewart has not only been labeled a bitch, but every conceivable variation of that unfortunate term, including big bitch, super bitch, uber bitch, Le Grand Beach, bitchy McBitcherson, and the ever popular, but nonetheless hurtful, bitch on wheels. I mean, it's all right. I don't know. It's kind of funny, but um, it's a character letter that they're writing on behalf of Martha Stewart so she doesn't get sent to jail. Spoiler alert, she got sent to jail. Here we have a big ad, but this dude, I think his name's Brian Johnson, did the artwork for it. And he's a pretty good comic book artist. Done work for I think he drew Deadpool for a while. Anyway, I like that. This is a fun one. If corporate mission statements told the truth, if corporate mission statements told the truth, I'm just going to zoom around and just like slide about. A Taco Bell, Taco Hell, Taco Smell, they're all good names. We plan to keep rearranging the same 7 or 8 ingredients into new shapes with phony, made up Spanish sounding names. Bro, that's so true, but I'm here for it. I love it. Gatorade. Our goal is to give pretentious Gen X inspired names to our drinks so nobody has a clue as to what flavor they're supposed to be. Gatorade Painful Citrus, Extreme Plain, Acid Reflux, Mountain Runoff, Shock and Awe. I miss when people used to make fun of Gen Xers. Now Gen Xers just make fun of millennials because they don't even know anything. Um, Coca-Cola. See what Pepsi's doing? Try that. Pepsi. See what Coke's doing? Try that. Fox News. We aim to counteract the short-sighted left-wing bias of the major networks with a short-sighted ultra-right-wing bias of our own. Oh, look at Red Bull. I love Red Bull. Our mission is to market our dangerously hypercaffeinated drink with a not so subtle but untrue message that the drinker will get high. Oh man. Oh, we got to do a few more. Um, AOL, America Online. Our vision is to enable our customers to spend more quality time online by inserting pop-up ads and having the screen freeze out for 10 minutes at a time, then repeatedly raise the monthly fee for the privilege. And finally, MAD. Our mission to constantly lambaste corporations for being greedy while charging those same corporations big money for full-page ads in our publication. 2, to continually recycle gags in different forms, hoping most readers won't notice, such as this, which is basically a variation of a line in A Mad Guide to Corporate Thinking in issue 350. Now, one thing I love right here, we have Star Shrek with written by Desmond Devlin and drawn by my dude, Herman Mejia. Dude, somebody needs to reach out to him and tell him how much I kiss his ass. I love this dude. But it'd be weird if I told him. If I, like, DM'd him and was like, bro, I'm in love with you. And your artwork. Mostly your artwork. Just your artwork, dude. Nothing. Don't worry about it. Forget it. Never mind. Delete this message. Somebody else has to do it for me. I got to get him on the show, dude. I would love to have him on there. Oh, he's such a good artist. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to skip over Monroe and the Zoo, Monroe and the Zoo, um, as I don't want to, but I can't. I can't just keep saying the same thing every time. I'll say it next time, okay? I'll talk about that next time. Who is this? I don't even know who these people are. Oh, Rush Limbaugh, because he was, what is he, a pill addict? Um, Martha Stewart, Wacko Jacko, Kobe. I don't know who these guys are. Well, this is a guy that's guy who killed his wife. Who's this? I don't know. So anyway, this is the top 10 celebrity prisons. This is like a one-page joke that they took 2 pages to tell. I do really like the artwork though. I like this 3D kind of sculpted look, even though I think it says 3D artwork. I wonder if it's like sculpted and photographed separately, then put together. I don't know, but I really like it. I always get a kick when they do photography stuff. Um, yeah. Here we have another dude that I'm just nuts over, John Caldwell. John Caldwell's tall tale signs. Your parents have hired you the wrong tutor. We got to zoom in on this. He confesses that tutoring health and hygiene is part of his court mandated community service fulfillment since being defrocked. Her revolutionary technique is based on a series of so called mild shocks. That's so wrong, Tyler. Uh, the constantly beeping ankle bracelet and the lipstick love notes she leaves on your mirror are beginning to give you the creeps. You recognize her right away from the special Mentors on Meth episode of Cops. Uh, then how about this guy? No matter the topic, he always works from the same textbook, a ratty, stained, dog-eared copy of The Catcher in the Rye. The Taft-Hartley Act of 1947. Let's see what Holden has to say on the subject. Oh, I love it. Oh, my goodness. And then we have this. The price is slight. Um, this is a classic gag. I'm pretty sure this has been reprinted a couple times. I think I remember this part. And maybe this guy falling and just falling apart, really. Tom Bunk doing the artwork and Vic DiBartolo doing the writing. This is kind of rare. We got like 3 different TV movie parodies by 3 different artists and 3 different writers. It's actually kind of a cool. Listen, I thought this issue sucked, and I'm beginning to think I may be wrong. Here we have this. I thought this is kind of clever. Similarities between the Middle East, the USA. Middle East has Osama bin Laden, whose voice eerily appears on tape every few months despite his exile. Well, America's got Tupac Shakur, whose voice eerily appears on CD every few months despite his death. The Middle East, societies that treat women as totally inferior. Well, America's got Maxim Stuff and Eminem. The Middle East has insane reactionaries who don't actually know what they'd do if they came to power. Well, America's got Ralph Nader. Then here we have Middle East has Bush's plans for widespread democracy in the Middle East, which are about as plausible as putting men on Mars. Well, America's got Bush's plan to put men on Mars, which are about as plausible as widespread democracy in the Middle East. Wait, was that a plan of his to get to Mars? Oh, here we go. Look at, as if it wasn't enough to get one set of these. They give us 2. Like, what idiot did this? Who chose this? Oh, the editor, probably Nick Meglin. Then a lovely Spy versus Spy that you should pause and read. There we go. Oh, I missed this. First off, is this from my collection? Yes, it was. That was from my collection. We're going to look at this. I didn't even see this at first. There are just some things you shouldn't give the homeless. Dentures. Even if it wasn't disgusting, and even if by some miracle they fit another person's mouth, it still puts a damper on any potential pot handling profits. Stool softeners, pool accessories. Dang, it was fun while it lasted. Despite the fact that the majority of the jobless, homeless, and penniless are also poolless, no one wants to touch their lips to a used inflator piece. There you have it, folks. Remember, please, to hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.